Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar is in Israel for the first high-level engagement with the Naftali Bennett government. In focus is a quadrilateral meeting between US, India, Israel and the UAE. The foreign ministers of the four countries will meet virtually later today. Soon after his arrival, Jaishankar met Israel's Chambers of Commerce and also spoke at the India-Israel Business Roundtable, where he urged Israeli corporates to invest in India and take advantage of its business-friendly policies. Jaishankar appreciated the Israeli Chambers of Commerce and the innovation ecosystem for their visible enthusiasm towards more partnerships with India. On his maiden visit to Jerusalem, Indian MEA visited the Indian cemetery at Talpiot, where he paid homage to the fallen Indian soldiers from the First World War. The Indian MEA later met with the Indian Jewish community in Israel and hailed their manifold contribution to the ties between the two countries.
Say the Indian Jewish community is in many ways very unique because one, like other communities, it is a community which has existed peacefully in India for hundreds of years, which maintained its Jewish identity despite a long period of isolation from other Jewish communities. And two, because when all of you chose a new life, here mainly for civilizational reasons, it is again the basis for creating a new bond between India and Israel.
The Indian Foreign Minister will today hold a bilateral meeting with his Israeli counterpart Yair Lapid. Further, he will also call on Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, Israeli President and National Security Advisor Eyal Hulata. Later in the day, a significant virtual meet will be held between the U.S. Secretary of State, the Minister of External Affairs of India, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the United Arab Emirates and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Israel. India and Israel have traditionally enjoyed close ties, although India had recognized the Jewish state of Israel way back in 1950. It established full diplomatic relations only in 1992. Since then, there has been an upswing in the relations between the two countries in view of the common concerns. India and Israel elevated bilateral relations to a strategic partnership when Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Israel in 2017. Other relationships between the two countries are focused on expanding knowledge-based partnerships, which includes collaboration in innovation and research, including boosting the Make in India initiative. Over the years, both nations have developed close cooperation in intelligence sharing and counterinsurgency operations. India has become a major buyer of Israeli armaments, and Israel is among the key partners of India in agriculture. India and Israel also have a high-tech weapons partnership. WION correspondent Jody Cohen sent us this report from Jerusalem.
This is External Affairs Minister Jaishankar's first visit to Israel in this position. And it really is a trip about cementing ties, not just between the politicians, but between the countries as well. It's well known that Prime Minister Modi and former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had still have a very close, very warm relationship, visiting each other's countries. And this is the first trip of Jaishankar to visit not just the new Prime Minister, but also the new Foreign Minister, and there's a new President in Israel as well. And as I said, it's not just on the political level. There's going to be meetings between Jaishankar and members of the 8,000-strong Indian community that's living in Israel. There are many Indian students studying here, and he's going to be meeting with them as well. And in fact, 2022 marks the 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations, as you were mentioning. And there's really a focus on shared values here, not just on the importance of family, but also on the importance of democracy, with India, of course, being the world's largest democracy and Israel being the world's smallest democracy.